Somewhere in India last night, a woman went to sleep after being insulted, threatened, or even beaten, but not by any stranger, but by someone she trusted the most. And today, she will wake up and continue as if nothing happened. Because that is what many women in India are taught to endure, not to escape. We often think domestic violence are rare, but the data tells us a very different story. Domestic violence is not just a woman's issue, it's a societal failure. And until we stop normalizing suffering inside home, no law will ever be strong enough because dignity, respect, and safety should not begin outside the home.
But abuse is about power and control, not just about gender. So the question is, can men be a victim? Research in India showed that over 50% of men have experienced some form of domestic abuse at least once. So clearly it exists, but we don't talk about it. So sometimes even mom, यार इसके साथ ऐसा थोड़ी हो सकता है. So the most men choose silence, and that's why this issue remains invisible. It is not about losing a case. Sometimes it feels like losing everyday moment with your child.
Children who grow up in a household where there's a prevalence of domestic violence, they are not merely bystanders. We can't say they are participants either, but they are deeply involved in it. Children who grow up in an environment which is not really suitable, which is not really lovable, where they don't get to see a loving environment, there are significant changes in their brain development. They grow up with anxiety, they have PTSD, depression, and they go through a multiple levels of mental trauma. When we look at children who are involved in it, another one of the thing that is rarely mentioned is domestic violence within the LGBTQ plus community. It is almost entirely invisible. And the worst part is, even if they ask for protection under the basic provisions that exist in the IPC, they are not taken seriously. That is the biggest gap in our law.
I think what has happened, marriage as an institution has changed. I feel, and I'm more speaking on behalf of a man now, I feel there will be time when men will be scared of marriages. Simply because the way it has been taught today is that women has a lot of leverage of filing multiple cases, multiple suits. Mediation is. There's no point fighting plethora of cases. Like the way you got married through a common connect, common friend, love marriage, whatever you say. You also should maturely decide to part ways and not file plethora of cases, be it the domestic violence 498 or whatever, and so on. Doesn't help. It impacts you, your family, the children, and people around you, your relationships. Penalize if proven wrong. If a false domestic violence case has been filed and the case has been quashed or not proven, the party who is filing the case should be criminalized or should be taken for tax so that people hesitate before filing such false cases.
Yes, sir.
No legal system is misuse proof, but we don't remove laws because of misuse. We improve how they are implemented. The same principle should apply here also. Because I know false cases are very serious issue, but they should be handled carefully without weakening the protection of genuine victims.
I would like to push back a little bit more on that because this domestic violence, as you rightly said, it can happen to anyone. It can be pronounced even in case of LGBT communities. So if we make it gender neutral and more inclusive, it will give protection to both sides. And the equality will give more confidence in the legal system as well. Isn't it? The way society is changing, it has to be incorporated in the law as well, in the code as well.
The word child custody, the trauma on the child gets me a little emotional. This is not something which is only happening with me, but it's happening with every man on this planet. Nobody gets penalized. And that makes me feel annoyed, angry, frustrated, but sympathize on myself as a tax-paying citizen of India who doesn't get to see good roads, doesn't get any amenities from the government. At the same time, the court order which has been passed in his favor is not implemented by the other party. And what happens to the other party? Nothing. Nothing. You are left with what? Filing the execution, filing in contempt. It's about human. And India probably, and I can bet India probably is the only country where life does not matter.